All right, what's up? It's I hate to break up this dance party, but it is SEC After Dark. Steve is doing the Thriller dance, and we are rocking and rolling. It is the eve of the NFL draft. We're not NFL After Dark, but we might be tonight. It's
Charmin Extra Soft is only hours away from going first.
Charmin Extra Soft is about to be Chicago, a match made in pure heaven.
Yeah.
So, so we'll talk a little bit about that, transfer portal stories, new rules in college football that not sure if we talked about it last week, but we will talk about it. You get to see a lot of this now in college football. You know how in the NFL it's like, all right, we're going to go X right G 47 too high. Let's kill with 69 Turner Delta. You're going to see a lot of that now. Like,
there's no way college plays are that complex.
Well, with the earpieces, they will be.
Yeah.
Sound like the way. Yeah.
It's going to be 33 cheetah orange split right.
No, Steve, you did it wrong. Hold on. Let's go split right 33 cheetah. Kill to Dallas.
No, it's like split right 33 cheetah, check with me. And then since they keep talk to up to 15 seconds on the play clock, at about 20 seconds is like hit the slant. That is exactly what's about to happen.
Here's what Lane Kiffin's going to do. He's going to go, all right, you can't see my hand, but my hand's on like the imaginary belt pack, that they have in the NFL. So it's like, all right. He has the one word calls. He's like, okay, we're going Toledo now. Jackson, there's a fly honey sitting in the first row there. So when you throw this touchdown pass, you're going to go celebrate and you're going to give her the football. Okay. And with that football is going to be my number on it. And so you're going to give it to her and okay, throw it deep now. All right. He's going to have a full on conversation. But
yeah, it's going to be interesting. Yeah.
Yes. So that's one of my favorite things. They cover the face. And it's not just to like prevent lip reading. It's also because I had to do it. It prevents also it isolates the microphone so their voice can go into it and not just
if Mike Leach was still alive, this is what he would look like with headset technology.
Right.
Dude, no, that's way too large of a play sheet.
It is. It means yeah. Yeah. I don't have anything here to
Terrible.
And then on the flip side, you got Jimbo, who has a whole binder full of just whatever.
His Cheesecake Factory menu.
No. Jimbo Fisher looks like the in the movie the nerd in all the teen dramas that has like all the books just disheveled and they get them knocked out of their hands and they're just trying to scramble to pick them up. That's what Jimbo Fisher looks like on the sideline.
Yeah.
On 2nd and 7.
I found Mike Leach's play card.
Mesh. Yeah, 6 mesh.
And 6.
No, 6. These are 2 plays.
Yeah. 6
is 4 verticals and mesh is mesh.
There you go.
Well, no, that's not completely true. 6 is 4 verticals, but they're designed at certain intervals to be looking back to the quarterback in case the ball is released early.
Well, I wasn't going to break down the play, but yes.
I'm just saying, you're going to mention 6. We're going to talk about 6.
Well, yeah, we could do a whole show about 6. Don't get me started. Don't tempt me with a good time, Steve.
Yeah.
Don't tempt me with a good time. So anyway, yes, 6. All the intricate details about 6. Yes, timing wise, because it's a full field progression read. So anyway, we are presented by DeadSoxy. If you want to support Ole Miss NIL and get a beautiful box of 7 pair of socks, just like what's behind Steve and just like what he's holding right there, some classic looking Ole Miss socks. And you can even, now Steve doesn't have these, but you can also just get regular pairs of socks too. Steve is, Ole Miss super fan. That's my favorite pair right there, even though it's Ole Miss. But you can get those at deadsoxy.com.
Just regular tube socks.
That's some regular. Those are some 1980 style tube socks.
Mm-hmm.
So what you need to do, the best thing to do is become a member. You get a 25% discount and free shipping with all of your orders. And you get a free gift. Father's Day is coming up. Why not bless your dad with a set of socks? Set him up for the week. Maybe buy him 2 boxes so he doesn't have to do laundry every week. So he has 2 weeks of socks lined up. It's a home run. So
you can go to DeadSoxy.com and get them before Father's Day.
Right.
And give them to your father. Or that
in fact, Jake should be telling Cassidy he wants socks for his first Father's Day.
Cassidy, get in on the chat. We got some advice for you. DeadSoxy.
There you go.
Do it. All right. So stay soxy, my friends. Also, if we make any wagers, which there are some lines on the NFL draft of who's getting picked. So betonline.ag has those lines for you. They're the #1 sports wagering site that you need. betonline.ag. If you want to bet it, they have it right there. Also an online casino if you're into that kind of thing. So visit betonline.ag now and make sure you enter the promo code Bleav. That's BLEAV to get a 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. betonline.ag is where the game starts. Steve, tell us about pickles and why should you refrigerate them?
We will, but Rick and Bonnie, just to let you know, the socks can be for Ole Miss fans, but they have socks for everybody,
right?
Not just for Ole Miss fans.
So you can get some crimson ones.
Yes, absolutely, or some orange ones. Gross. I can't believe I just said that. My stomach turned a little bit.
I had the same reaction as eating an unrefrigerated month-old Cajun dill pickle.
Yeah. Speaking of Cajun dill pickles, it's time to get locked on pickles, everybody. That's Stewart's Cajun Pickles, that is. They offer a variety of Cajun spice products like pickles, green beans, okra, even carrots, and asparagus. This is a family-owned company, homemade on the coast of Mississippi. You're going to love this. This being a small business, they try to keep the produce fresh and local from the start, keeping the final pickle product extra crisp and crunchy. You can find these pickle products online at pickledstore.com or at your local Rouse's Market or other Southern stores, Gulf Coast stores near you. Be sure to like Stewart's Cajun Dill product on Facebook and Instagram. Try these pickles, okra, and beans today. You will not be disappointed. Stewart's Cajun Dill Pickles, the South's favorite pickle.
Yes. So speaking of pickles, let's go transfer portal, man. It's been a wild ride in the transfer portal. Georgia it's about to get interesting in Athens. Jaden Rashada landing in Athens. What? Steve, you had some interesting stuff going on at Ole Miss, and Vandy got a couple of offensive linemen. They've got a couple of Aggie doors on the hook as well. So, yeah. Transfer portal, boys. Transfer portal. It's a fun time of year.
Ole Miss is recruiting all the running backs right now. If you're a running back, they are recruiting all the running backs. And it looks like they're going to end up with being the eventual home of Tyler Barron and probably potential other players as well.
Barron is Indiana, right?
So they got all the quarterbacks last year. They got all the running backs this year. So next year will be all raw receivers and
yeah, they're doing the thing that they did with the quarterback room with the running back room this year. And
basically, dude that eats one course at a time.
Right.
Do y'all like the movie Moneyball? Do y'all like that movie?
Yeah.
Lane Kiffin is replacing Quinshon Judkins in the aggregate. That's
with every running back in the country. Yeah, that'll do it.
Right.
If they all gain 1 yard, they'll equal Quinshon Judkins.
Hey, they need three. They're going to have 3 running backs that are going to total about 300 carries and about 1,200 yards and 15 touchdowns. That is what Ole Miss is recruiting. Solid. And they'll be gone after this year because they are not going to piss off a Kylan Deere because he's the #1 running back in high school football next year, and they are not going to screw up that recruitment.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. And Vandy's been crushing it in basketball recruiting, by the way.
Sean Padula committed to Ole Miss just a couple hours ago.
Yeah, it's solid. I like it. See what Ole Miss is doing with running backs, Vanderbilt is doing with guards.
Okay.
We're going to go with a 5-guard system.
You're talking about basketball. It was much more funny whenever I was thinking of Clark Lee doing that.
He needs to do that. But that would be a wise strategy as they only have, I think, 9 offensive linemen on scholarship.
That's harsh. I just want them to beat Florida.
They don't play.
Oh, that's right. They don't even have that opportunity. I want Florida to go 2-10. I genuinely wish for them to go 2-10.
Yeah.
Gator fans. This is not a lovely home for you right now.
Yeah. It's a situation. They have a game changer coordinator and a head coach of the defense and a defensive coordinator. They deserve to lose a whole bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Game changer coordinator.
Yeah,
what the hell?
Just call it a special teams coordinator. Just call it good grief.
You're Florida. Why are you doing that?
And this is the same person that Florida has some of the prettiest colors in college football in football uniforms. And they said, hey, you know what? Monochromatic black, we got this.
What they needed. Vanderbilt just hired a director of player development.
Interesting.
What would Billy Napier call that?
A
swag coordinator.
Oh, there you go.
There we go. Now we're cooking.
That's the Billy Napier translation.
Now we're cooking.
We're going to take ordinary positions that get hired everywhere, and we're going to tell you what Billy Napier would call them.
Okay, this is fun. Okay. Senior defensive analyst. No. Here we go. Clark Lee's doing a little bit of this too. Seth Payne is the senior defensive analyst / pass rush specialist.
Okay.
All right.
The get after it coordinator.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah. Steve Gregory, senior consultant, associate defensive coordinator.
Associate defensive coordinator.
Yeah. The assistant to the assistant defensive coordinator.
Assistant ball coach.
There you go. Now, here's the best title ever. You ready for this?
Okay.
And only Jerry Kill could have this title. Okay. He's the chief consultant to the head coach / senior offensive advisor.
Nice.
Okay.
Just make sure that he is on the sideline, just staring a hole through Hugh Freeze in the Auburn game.
Yeah, and if anybody is in college football is the swag coordinator, it's Jerry Kill.
Yeah.
He earned that title.
Yeah, he absolutely earned that. He is the swag coordinator of all of college football. I mean, he's liable to show up at a Vanderbilt game wearing a damn poncho.
Yeah.
He was like, remember me?
Clean rating.
him and Diego Pavia, they just kicked the door in. They're like, hey, remember me?
Yeah, what's up?
They're going to go 5-7 at Vandy, and everybody's going to say, oh, ho hum, oh, well. And everybody that knows about Vanderbilt is like, holy crap, that was a miracle.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen.
Florida was lucky that they weren't on the schedule. That's what's going to happen with the Aggie Doors this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, exactly. All right, so you ready for? I'm on Florida's coaches list here.
We started out on transfer porters. Now we got off the coaches.
We're off. We got off the rails in a hurry. Yeah.
We can't really do transfer. It's still going, so we just got to wait till it's kind of over.
I got one. I'll tell you about in a sec.
Okay, so Jabbar Jalouk is the associate head coach of offense. Oh, here we go. Mike Peterson, assistant coach, Edge, alumni liaison.
What?
There's a position called Edge.
Well, yeah, that's the defensive line. And by the way, that's probably the coach that Princely Amon Mielen said was not coaching him at Florida last year.
Yeah. Sounds like right one.
Yeah. But alumni coordinator?
Yeah.
Is it like the party planning committee taken?
Yeah.
Is he responsible for picking out the birthday cakes for the staff every month?
He's responsible for the Party City budget.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. You have
one that decided that no more Avengers costumes could be bought.
Guess not. So you waste one of you. So you have executive head coach. Hold on.
You can't even say it. You can't even say it.
So you got Billy Napier is just the head coach, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you see the title executive head coach, co-defensive coordinator, isn't Ron Roberts the actual head coach then?
Executive head coach?
Executive head coach.
Mm-hmm.
Like at my school, we have academy principals and we have an executive principal who's over everything.
Yeah, you would think.
Right? So Billy Napier isn't, in fact, the head coach at Florida. We just cracked the code here.
So he ain't gonna get fired next year.
No.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is.
Oh God. Oh no. Oh no.
Another one.
Oh gosh. Director of Professional Development, Gator Maid.
Oh my God.
Gator
Gator
Maid.
Maid.
Gator Maid is better.
Katie Turner.
Water sucks.
It really, really sucks. Poor Katie Turner. She's the assistant AD of recruiting strategy. That's a really lame way of saying assistant recruiting director.
Do they recruit down there?
No,
There are more recruits within 3 hours of that campus than anywhere potentially else in the country.
Mm-hmm.
And we say they're going to win 2 games next year.
So the plain title people aren't good enough to get sweet titles. Like Savannah Bailey, she is the senior director of player relations and Gator Maid.
Okay.
What is Gator Maid? This is the second.
Yeah.
And why would the place that invented Gatorade have Gator Maid? That feels like they missed something there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then you have equipment assistant.
Yeah.
They have a quality control person for just personnel.
Yep.
Okay.
They have here he is, the game changer coordinator. Senior director of recruiting innovation.
Ooh, what is that? Is that like watching Huddle on a curved screen?
It's sending TikTok, Steve.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which is why Florida's behind, because it's going to go extinct.
Yeah,
not very innovative. Assistant director.
Well, how do you innovate recruiting?
I don't know.
Director of creative media and social strategy.
That makes good, except
no. It gets better. Diane Laban, football business manager and Gator Maid coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
What is Gator Maid? Is that like the Spirit Squad?
I don't know.
Gotta be. You have what? So you have assistant director and associate director. What's the difference?
I don't know.
Probably about $50K.
Hey,
associate director of creative video for football recruiting.
Corey, scrolling down a little bit to Shawnee Sellers. All she is the coordinator number 2.
Ooh.
Coordinator 2.
Oh,
she's the poo coordinator.
Yeah.
Poor Shawnee. She just
God.
Poor thing. That's gross.
Poor Shawnee. You're just getting so disrespected down there, Shawnee.
Oh my goodness.
We pour one out for you, Shawnee.
Does that mean that Florida has a Cleveland Steamer coordinator?
Probably. That's coordinator 3. You have 2 performance dietitians.
Yeah.
You have a video intern.
Oh my goodness.
Director of football nutrition and assistant strength and conditioning coach.
Oh, that makes sense. A dietitian should be under strength and condition. That one actually makes a little sense.
What is an on-campus recruiting coordinator?
It's the people that organize like in-game visits and things like that.
Dan Enos is the Dwight Schrute special assistant to the head coach, advanced scouting.
Yeah, and if anybody watched Arkansas football last year and said, I want some of that offense, good for Billy Napier.
Yeah.
Well, apparently Vandy watched Iowa's offense and said, I want a little bit of that too. And
sounds like Billy Napier just wants out.
Oh my gosh.
Clark Lee's like, fire me. Just fire me.
Dude.
You know what offense I want to pluck a receiver from? Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
I mean, the kid's been, in his defense, the kid's been injured, but a lot.
Cause say he probably wouldn't have much wear and tear on him.
Well, that's true.
If you watch his high school film, he's pretty freaking good.
Then why do he want to go to Iowa?
Iowa runs Hayden Fry's offense. Literally, it's the same thing that they did in 1982.
Mm-hmm. It is.
It's like, okay, you know what Iowa's offense is? Have you seen Encino Man?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Iowa's offense is like Brendan Fraser. Eventually, it can worked up and modernized, and the longer it stays in there, it does that. But at its heart, it wants to be a caveman.
Yeah. Kentucky basketball has a football level of staff. Holy cow. I'm in a wormhole, guys. I apologize.
Well,
let's see. Holy cow. All right, I'm looking at Kentucky. Okay. You have Vince Marrow. He's the associate head coach, tight ends, recruiting coordinator, and NFL liaison.
Okay.
His business card is a index card.
Yeah.
Let's see. I mean, these are all pretty normal titles, though. Like wide receivers coach, director of football performance, director of performance, head strength coach. See, now that's confusing. Quality control, graduate assistant off the field defense, director of here we go, director of applied sports science. What does that mean? Is that Gatorade?
Which, by the way, have y'all seen any of the trial this week? Anything that's happened on the Donald Trump thing?
No, I haven't.
MSNBC Monday put a cryon up, a logo, and it literally said Trump worried about pecker leaking.
Oh my God.
It's just that somebody just took their shot. Oh, it was like, okay.
Wow.
Good job.
When's the next time you're going to get that opportunity?
Yeah, never again. Never again was that going to be an opportunity. And props on that associate producer that just was being unsupervised over on the cryon machine.
What's bad is both of the people running for president have issues with their pecker leaking. That's what's so bad. What are we doing in this world?
And some of them are worried about the head of the National Enquirer talking as well.
Well,
God.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's bad. It's like that South Park episode. Turd or what was it? Turd or
giant douche or a turd sandwich?
Or a giant douche? Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Giant douche or a turd sandwich. There we go. See, I knew one. 2 days before the day after tomorrow. 2 days before the day after tomorrow. When is that? Steve, don't answer this because you know.
Some dude don't.
I like that episode.
Just had to mute somebody on Twitter. It's like, good God. Is that a name that you try to?
Who'd we mute?
Oh, just a crazy person.
Oh, there's a lot of them on there.
I guess when we start talking politics.
Yeah.
You just all of a sudden, it's like in the middle of summer, cutting on a light, and all of a sudden, all the bugs come up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then Jeb's Google search history just comes pouring out of the. Oh, wait.
No, I know not to Google search Donald Trump's pecker. Don't worry.
Oh, how'd you find? Did you learn the hard way?
Oh my God!
Time out.
But this whole trial, by the way, is about him paying off a porn star over sex, and the first witness they're called is named Pecker.
Yeah, I know. What are the odds of that?
Yeah, it's like, come on. If this was a script in Hollywood, they would say it's too on the nose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's too much. No, nobody will believe that.
Just waiting for him to call the old Congressman Todd Weiner next.
Oh gosh.
Anthony Weiner.
Anthony Weiner.
Anthony Weiner.
Anthony Weiner.
I mean, he can call Todd Weiner too if he wants to, but his cousin.
Maybe Dick Vitale would like to chime in. I don't know.
I think there's a song from a group like the Dead Zombies or something called Wiener Man. So every time I hear Anthony Weiner, it's called Wiener Man. Yeah.
The Dead Zombies.
Something. Here Come the Zombies or the Dead Zombies. Something like that.
You listening to over there, Jake?
Yeah.
What kind of Gen Z crap are you listening to?
No, this is like an 80s group.
Jake would be like a Gore fan.
I don't even know what that is.
Okay, you need to do some research.
Yeah. Look up after we're done. GWAR.
Gore.
Yeah.
It's Here Come the Mummies. My bad. It's a funk band.
Here come the mummies. Here come the mummies.
Here come the mummies. Here come the mummies. I don't think that's how it goes, though.
Mm-hmm.
Jake, why don't you oblige us and sing it?
I don't know. That's their name. Is Here Come the Mummies.
Here come the mummies. Mummies. Mummies.
All right, so let's get back on track.
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels, is he going to Washington? Yes or no?
I don't know. It depends on if Charmin Extra Soft goes to Chicago.
He will. So is Jaden Daniels number 2?
Hey, bigger waste of money. Caleb Williams or putting a dome on Soldier Field?
Yes. Oh, wait, I had to choose. Oh. Putting a dome on Soldier, like that's your advantage. Is the elements.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Half of the great video in college football was like frozen pictures of the Soldier Field turf. The wind blew so hard in there on the outdoors, they literally curved a punt snap in a playoff game that affected the outcome. I mean, the weather elements need to be a thing. Don't take it away.
Literally whiffed a punt. Like he had the ball and
that's what I'm talking about. The wind blew. Yeah.
No, it wasn't the snap. He had it in his hand.
Oh, yeah.
It was the drop.
Yeah, it was the drop.
The ball just pushed like 2 feet to the right and he straight up whiffed. He straight up swung and missed on a punt. That's how bad the wind was.
That's how the New York Giants did not go back to back because they were about to win the Super Bowl again too.
Yeah, and they and Parcells was like, I can't even be mad about that.
And at least ain't the Bills. Bills went 4 straight times and didn't win any of them.
At least it's not the Falcons 28-3.
No. It's one of those things. The Bills going back to back, they're getting progressively worse. And by the last one, they got beat like 55-10 by the Cowboys or somebody. Just got absolutely smoked.
Yeah, it was in the Georgia Dome, and they just got.
They got boat raced.
Yeah, and it's just got progressively worse to the point where they were in their own head. They were fine every other game of the season, but as soon as you said Super Bowl, they were in their head. You could see the piss going down their leg.
Yeah, I wish Coach 30 would have been around for those Super Bowl runs because that would have been entertaining.
Yeah, and I wasn't before my time was the Minnesota Vikings because the Minnesota Vikings, I believe, lost 4 as well.
4 in a row, though. I don't think they lost 4 in a row, did they?
Not in a row, but 4 during the decade of the 70s.
Yeah, wrong way, Jim Marshall, scrambling Fran. Those teams just couldn't get over the hump.
Yeah, their defense, the Purple People Eaters, fantastic.
Yeah.
Love that name too.
Yeah.
Then the one of my favorite nicknames is actually associated with probably one of the worst humans in the face of this earth, but the Electric Company. It was the Bills' offensive line that blocked for OJ.
Oh.
That's a really cool nickname for an offensive line, the Electric Company, because they get the juice running.
Okay.
Interesting.
Pretty clever, actually.
It is.
Yeah, he had turned out to be a disgusting human being, so I can't really do as much as I'd like to.
Well, allegedly.
He was a great running back, though.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm willing to overlook everything he did because what he did at Norberg. That's all.
That helps.
His role in the Naked Gun, fantastic. No. I think you get a double homicide if you want to. If you do that,
one. I don't know about two. If it's just been one.
You get a pass, but did you have to do the second one, OJ? Come on, man.
Well, you probably had a witness, so the witness had to go too.
Well, that's what happened. He just came over at the wrong time.
Yeah.
I was just going to my apartment.
somebody said the only reason he got off was because he was a football player. And I think it was Chris Rock that said if it wasn't a football player, it would be the bus driver Orenthal that did it.
Oh, yes. No, he got off because he had one of the best legal teams I've ever seen.
Yeah.
That was
they were amazing.
That was law school. That was live law school right there.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
But you know what?
What?
Okay. Everybody, earmuffs. Okay. I'm about to get real. That trial it is responsible for giving us Kim Kardashian and that damn show.
Yeah.
That's true.
And as far as affecting my life directly,
not where I thought you were going with that, but okay.
Yeah.
That was the worst part of that whole thing.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah, it's like, oh no.
Because I can't keep up. I get tired trying to keep up with the Kardashians.
Yeah.
I don't try to.
Can't do it.
Good gosh. Just terrible.
But guess what, Steve? You don't have to watch it.
And I don't watch it.
It's a beautiful
and thankfully, my wife has grown out of it.
That's good.
She was keeping up with the Kardashians.
When it first started coming out, she used to watch E. Yeah.
My wife never did, thank God.
Yeah, that and The Soup.
Oh, The Soup. Joel McHale, his start.
Yeah, The Soup. I remember that.
The only show I remember watching on E was Howard Stern and Wild 'N Out.
Wild 'N Out was Comedy Central, wasn't it?
There was something else on E that was called Wild. It would come on like late at night. That's whenever I would stay up late at night and watch the dirty stuff. My parents.
Jake, you have no idea what the Squigglies are.
Oh my goodness!
No, I don't. I ain't heard that.
Oh, there's no way, because they didn't exist whenever.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, when he was 13 years old.
Yeah, he didn't get to experience the Squigglies.
Watching scrambled channels on cable, trying to catch some Skinamax.
Yeah, you catch a
that is every 13-year-old boy in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah. Dude, I'm sitting there like 12, 13 years old and waiting for it to unscramble for like the greatest 5 seconds ever. Jake just scrambled himself. So yeah. Where do we get off track again?
Corey, does he have your internet?
Yeah, I gave him my internet.
Good grief. Jake's on net zero now.
Yeah. The real internet has not reached Alabama yet.
Yeah. He looks like he's been watching Skinamax.
He's currently watching Skinamax. How about that for a freeze frame?
Yeah.
So yeah. Jaden Daniels.
Want to see my O face? Oh.
God, one of my favorite movies. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and do that. Okay.
Oh, did you hear the rumor? Don't know the veracity of it, but I've heard it from multiple places now.
What's that?
Whoever owns Rivals, and I don't even know who it is right now, is trying to dump the company.
Oh,
So should we try to undump it?
Well, I think even at pennies on the dollar, it's more than we can afford.
All right, get out there and subscribe, guys. We need to buy Rivals. Dude.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
I've been saying for years, though, seriously, that there's been enough room and enough market for 2 recruiting sites to exist.
Yeah.
Once that third one, whoever the third one is going to be in trouble.
And right now it's rivals.
It's rivals because the top two is undoubtedly On 3 and 24/7 Sports.
Yeah.
What's going to happen is like On 3 and Shannon Terry is going to buy back rivals.
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to happen likely.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And they're going to go, Cassidy, we have new internet. Tell them to fix it.
No, you have no internet.
I want to get your old one back.
Yeah.
So yeah,
your AOL discs are out.
Wow. So where'd you see the rivals.com thing?
A couple of people called me.
I have not even close to be able to afford it, but I want to buy it.
Yeah. Yeah, perhaps we can all get together with you and Blair and Ashley Nussel.
Oh yes, recreate the Yahoo Sports Minute.
Little Dallas Jackson doing the foosball. He's the foosball coordinator. We'll have like Florida titles.
Yeah,
he's the foosball coordinator.
Yes, he's the foosball coordinator. What is
Tom McAuliffe is the ping pong magistrate.
Yes. You are the you're the Coors, you're the director of Coors distribution.
I'm the person that gets really pissed off and everybody calls me.
What?
Pissed off people call me on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are the
getting fired coordinator.
Yeah. You help people get fired.
Yeah.
Just,
the unemployment coordinator. That's what I am.
Yeah. You are the magnet for just
belligerent crazy people. I just attract them.
Yes. I'm the what am I? I'm the director of kicking chairs over. I don't know.
You are the director of early morning news sponsored by Duncan.
I'm the coordinator of
you're the time to make the donuts coordinator.
Yes. / you're not going to get any because I'm going to eat them all.
Dear God.
Yeah. You don't mess with the donuts.
I'm the want to junk punch Blair coordinator because he's standing right there. You know. Steve knows what he's talking. This dude he was the producer, and I would edit the show. This is a little behind the velvet rope here for you guys. I would edit the show, and he would come and stand behind me, and his hips would be like slightly rotated forward when he's standing there with his hands on his hips, and he's like,
it was literally when you dip, we dip, all right?
Yeah, it was that, but just like the solo version. And he was 6'3", so his junk was like right here.
Oh my God!
He would come stand over my shoulder as I'm working, and he'd be like, so I would hear him, and he'd be like,
And Corey's so short, he had a stand-up desk. That's the hilarious part.
I'm like 3 feet tall. The shortest, most dominant goalie in adult league soccer history.
Nice.
But yeah, every once in a while, like when he was getting on my nerves, I just wanted to be like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I once tripped a girl in adult co-ed soccer intentionally.
He's a hero's guy.
Wow.
Not all heroes wear capes, guys.
Oh.
Some of them wear shin guards and cleats.
Yeah. We had a college soccer player that played in the league, and on my team we had a guy that was just out there to have a good time, and it was not the most athletic person in the world. And this girl was taking it upon herself to humiliate this guy, to go back and forth and show out and do whatever she
Who was
did.
that? Was that Leggett?
Yes.
Okay.
And so she was doing that, and they were all laughing and having a good time. So I came out and substituted on it, and she tried to do the same thing with me, and I just put her on the ground.
Nice.
And that's when it stopped.
Yeah. Attaboy, Steve.
Yeah.
Just makes me think of
Yeah.
A clip with Peter Griffin just knocking out a little girl when they were supposed to be having a karate match. I don't care what color your belt is. I'm an adult and I'm stronger than you.
It's one of those things. It's like
They say, okay, how good you are.
we can all have fun, we can have a good time, but whenever you intentionally try to make another human being look bad, it doesn't care if you're a man or a girl. You're going to go down. You're going to eat dirt.
There are consequences for your actions.
Right.
Yep.
She got down there and she went face first into the ground.
Yes, she did. And a couple of her male teammates came up like they wanted to fight. And then I turned around and looked at them and they stopped.
They were grade A tough guys. I remember all this. I remember going, you're going to get into a fight.
Yeah, because I literally what? Because John, if everybody knows John Leggett, he's one of the nicest human beings that's ever existed.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just out there basically to hang out with me and Corey and Tom and the video room guys, just hanging out. He didn't sign up for that. And yeah,
Steve just hooked her ankle and
lifted up. Yeah, lifted it up.
put her down.
Completely intentionally took her down.
Yeah.
And if I'm on the field and I see you doing that to another person, I will do the same to you.
Mm-hmm.
It's only fair.
I don't care if you're the Rock. I will do the same to you.
Yes. You might get different consequences from the Rock, but
Yeah, maybe. But all I have to do is like run like 75 feet and he'd be out of breath.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. He's now he went from rock to boulder to now mountain.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that was a fun time.
that was a fun day. Yeah. And to this day, I still, me and Becky, it's still one of our jokes. We go back together. It's like, Allie.
That girl. Oh, there was one game much further down the road, and we go into penalty kicks, and I don't think I've ever seen a soul leave somebody's body after getting not making a penalty shot. I mean, she thought she had me. You know, I look way more unathletic than I am. People are always like, "What the hell?" But I'm like super athletic, but I don't look it at all. So anyway, I block her penalty kick. I mean, just read it perfectly. I mean, just stones, and just the soul just leaving her body.
Yeah.
She was just like,
there is nothing douchier in a co-ed soccer league than a woman that played college soccer. Because you want to see somebody act like they're shit hot and Maradona on the field going back and forth. Look and see somebody playing for Belmont 4 years ago. Probably didn't even land on the field, but it was on the team. They're walking around a co-ed league, us having a good time, and they're acting like they're that dude that's 35 years old that was a good high school baseball player, maybe played a little minor league ball, playing softball in his 30s. That is what they are.
and letting you know how good they are.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with a 35-year-old ex-high school baseball player going out there and having a good time and just ripping some softballs. And
Yeah, but the softball player that's 35 that's walking out there wearing the coach's shorts from the 1980s and has a pair of Oakleys on, I am not going to look kindly at that person.
no, that's just an extra level of that guy. Yeah. Steve had an extra special place in his heart for the kickball crew.
So, NFL draft or G5 playoff? Which one we got time for?
Yeah,
Right, yeah.
we got time for both.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right, we talked. Yeah, Jaden, whatever the hell his name is, Jaden Daniels is going number 2. I think.
You think
All
so?
right.
yeah.
I think he's going number 2. I think
not Drake May.
no.
I
I think the Commanders like Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, their offensive coordinator isn't that Cliff Kingsbury?
Yeah, they just traded away Drake May. I mean Sam Howell. They're the same. Except Drake May's a little taller.
Literally, same school.
Same school, same quarterback, except Drake May's a little bit more athletic and a little bit taller. That's the only difference. They're the same quarterback, though.
So you think he's going to be a bust?
Not necessarily. If he gets in the right system, no. I think Sam Howell still got some tread on him, but I don't think they're going to trade away Sam Howell to draft Sam Howell again. And I think Sam Howell is a good quarterback.
I don't think he'll make it to him, but Drake May in the Viking system, I bet would be good.
Yeah. That's a trade up for him.
Yeah, I think the Vikings or the Giants will trade. I don't think the Patriots are going to stay there, truthfully. I think they're going to trade back, maybe get Michael Penix Jr. or somebody like that, or Bo Nix, or they're going to trade back, and I think the Giants might trade up a few spots, or I think the Vikings could swoop up in there and grab Drake May.
You know what my favorite part about tomorrow is?
What's that?
Somebody will inevitably be viewed as having a horrible draft, and it has nothing to do with the fact that draft is going to help the team. Like the Detroit Lions last year had the
horrible draft. No, they made
horrible draft. Yeah, it was like terrible. Why would they do this? And all of a sudden, they won the division and was a threat after not being a threat for 30 years.
Right.
They were one half away from going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
One half.
But that was a horrible draft. It was terrible. You believe they took Jahmyr Gibbs? Oh my goodness. They took a running back in the first round. They have no idea about reaching and draft value and all of that. Oh my gosh. They're such a joke. No, they almost got to the Super Bowl by doing things differently. Mm-hmm. Everybody else in the NFL is doing it the same way. If you play by their rules, you're at a disadvantage. You've got to find your own way.
Yeah, and they did.
They got to listen to Fleetwood Mac and go your own way. So
and their uniforms,
those new uniforms,
fire.
Yeah,
and also the Denver Broncos got new uniforms, including their throwbacks to the 1977 team.
They just need to make that their primary
color game. With the Miami Dolphins might be the most perfect football game ever created.
Steve, you just might as well just become a Dolphins fan at this point too.
Yeah. The Dolphins throwbacks are gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
Did you hear what, speaking of the Dolphins, did you hear what Mike McDaniel said to Tyreek?
What?
We pay way too much money for you to, choke. Something like that.
Yeah.
Let me look up the exact quote.
Well, Tyreek made the comment that he would go for 175 against Deion.
Yeah.
And when Deion was in his prime.
Yeah.
And I was like, if the rules was what it was when Deion was the quarterback, you wouldn't even go for 30.
No. Yeah, Deion prime would lock him up, dude.
Oh man, it's not even close.
Prime would make him retire early.
Yeah. Yeah. Deion Sanders, this is what kids don't understand. Okay. Deion Sanders for a decade, maybe 15 years in the NFL, was the person that you went and got when you needed a cornerback to lock up the other team's best receiver.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah. So Tyreek, he's seen better than you.
Yeah, easily. He guarded guys like Jerry Rice, Michael Irvin.
Yeah.
Those type of receivers.
Randy Moss.
Mm-hmm.
Who's that? Yeah, Randy Moss. Keep going. I can keep going. He's seen you before. He would toy with you.
Hey Graham, I've heard rumors for 2 months about Tyler Barron, and until I see otherwise, I'm going to assume that Tyler Barron is going to end up in Oxford.
So he left Tennessee, went to Oxford, changed his mind, went to Louisville, and then immediately left Louisville and was going back to Oxford
without ever putting on uniform.
Yeah, all in the offseason.
Yeah, he pulled a Caden Proctor, I think.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Louisville, man, that's something's happening there.
I think they got a case of rubber checks in Louisville.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Boing, boing, boing. boing. They're bouncing all over the place. It took me a minute when you first said that, Steve, to figure out what you were. Oh, rubber checks. Oh,
Hey, Jake, if Cassidy works on your computer, is it officially Cast Tech?
No, but it can be now. Yeah.
That's the rivals. That was the rivals coming out.
Okay.
Steve is just throwing random high school names out there to see if you know.
Jeb, I'm if this happens tomorrow night for the Tennessee Titans, I'll be extremely happy. But the mock draft has Joe Alt going there.
I think it's pretty consistently have.
I was going to say, unless he gets drafted before 7, I can't imagine how they could pass on
drafted before 7 because
they need about 3 linemen in this draft.
Yeah. And a left tackle who's going to be your left tackle for the next 10 years. How can you pass on that?
They could honestly probably trade back and still get Joe Alt.
Well, either him or Fashanu. Yeah, I could see them trading back if it's not far. But.
Like probably they could probably, let's see, who's at 9?
Bears. Jets are at 10.
Jets are at 10. So Jets could trade up.
Vikings
could trade. Like I can still think
somewhere in there is like 11 and 12.
Yeah.
The Vikings are 11. Broncos are 12. I could see them trading with either one of those teams and still be able to get Joe Alt.
Really?
I could see that.
There's my only problem with getting tackle is there's only certain people I think that are really suited to be a true left tackle, and I don't want them going on after anybody else because they already have a lot of people they drafted who weren't really left tackles who didn't end up there. So you got Joe Alt, maybe Fashanu.
Joe Alt is a surefire, I think.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He's the most pro-ready guy. I don't know. The only other thing would be if Malik Neighbors is still there and they just really think he's going to be a superstar. That kid doesn't really.
There's no way he's there.
And this mock draft,
I don't think he'll be there. So
the mock draft I'm looking at here, they have number. Let's see, right behind the Titans at number 8. They have the Indianapolis Colts trading up and getting Brock Bowers. So I do not want Brock Bowers in that division for sure. So
that's true.
Yeah.
I want to see that.
Golly. So
Yeah,
I almost want them to pick Brock Bowers, and they need offensive line help before they need to get everywhere else. But God.
Yeah.
Okay, there's 2 places that would make sense for Brock Bowers, and I'm not talking about for the team and fit or anything like that, but just 2 places that I would want to see Brock Bowers playing football. One is the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah,
I think that would be a fun fit for Brock Bowers. The other is the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah.
Golly. That team's loaded right now offensively too.
They got your boy Evan Ingram there though. He's balling.
Yeah, but he's a flex tight end. Brock Bowers would be a true tight end.
Brock Bowers is there. If he goes to the state of Florida, he's going to get a random position title called Alien.
No, he already has that position title.
He does.
Yeah, he's not.
He's a freaking mammoth of a tight end.
So this. I'm having trouble figuring out this mock draft, so definitely going to click away from that one.
Yeah, potentially Graham, the Georgia game would probably be the only one that Ole Miss isn't going to be favored in. Potentially LSU, just because it's a road game, but the other 10, I don't think there's anyone that would be favored over Ole Miss right now.
I was going to say probably Georgia would be the only one. LSU's probably pick them.
Yeah,
they're saying JJ McCarthy 5 to Minnesota.
Jeez.
God.
Yeah, I don't know. He's moved up a lot here in the last few weeks. So
that GM wants to get fired.
Him and Caleb Williams in the same division. They're going to make the NFC North just the softest division in football history. Let me take my shoes off and meditate and get ready for this football game between Check's Notes, Minnesota and Green Bay.
He writes F Vikes on his fingernails. Marvin Harrison to Arizona, Malik Neighbors to New York, Byron Murphy to the Falcons, Roma Dunze to the Bears. That'd be a home run.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dallas Turner. They have
Williams.
Denver sitting in there and picking Dallas Turner now that they've got.
What do the Saints have mocked?
They're what, 14?
Fashanu.
Yeah, they're the good left tackle.
Did I say that right? Probably not.
I've been calling him Fashanu. I have no idea how you say it.
Yeah, I don't either.
Colts.
Okay, but
Worthy.
before we get out of here,
No.
G5 playoff. Derek Dooley is leading the charge for a G5 playoff. Now, we all think common sense, and you've heard me talk about a G5 playoff on this show and every show that we've been a part of, because the G5 has no business in the playoff. The G5 game is a worthless game and is a cash grab, and they're ticked off about the amount of money that they're getting. Let them have their own playoff. Let them monetize it. Make the divisions exactly what they need to make it, and go on it. Cassie, there's 4 minutes now. That's called jumping the gun. But yes, Derek Dooley leading the charge. I think this thing absolutely should happen, but not because the G5 is worthy of the playoff, because the G5 needs to get out of the playoff.
Yeah, they really honestly need to have their own, because it's I think it'll help their recruiting. I think it'll help them not get just absolutely decimated by transfer portal stuff. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like
and it would be fun. Yeah.
It's just like the high school model in that regard. Like, you have your different classifications all have champions, right? I mean, it's just like any other sport. You have major league champions, AAA champions, AA champions, boxing, you have the weight classes, like everything is classed out. So why not do that with Division I?
College football, yeah.
I mean, you do it with FCS. Why not do FCS, G5, Power 4?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Graham, real quick, this is your last question. The top 4 most productive wide receivers for the Rebs this year: number 1, Trey Harris; number 2, Jordan Watkins; number 3, Juice Wells; number 4, Deion Smith. If you want to talk about the top 4 most productive receivers, remove Deion Smith, add Caden Priestcorn at number 3.
All right. Dynamite analysis. Those broadcasting classes are really starting to pay off.
Now, in 10 seconds, we can do the actual 2 minutes.
Okay. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
If Corey started right now, he would still go about 45 seconds too long.
Yes. So here we go. 2 minutes. Yes. Thank you for listening. This is where we're going to wrap it up here in about 5 minutes. So thank you for listening. We are SEC After Dark. Make sure you find us at our YouTube page at SEC After Dark. Find us on social media. Rate and review us. Find us. Give us a listen. Tell a friend. And spread the word, man. We need to buy rivals, so we need those subscription numbers up. So make sure you click. And we thank you for listening. Jake Thomas, you can catch him on Tide Talk Live. Him and Stacey do a phenomenal job there, talking Alabama athletics, not just football. They do a phenomenal job there. If you're missing out on that, well, you're missing out on the best Alabama show in all the land. You have Jeb Beecham down here to my bottom right, your bottom left, and he is going to talk some movies eventually. But right now, he's
all I have to do is point at my pecker.
Oh.
Speaking of Mr. Pecker, Mr.
Don't
Willis,
put the image of that right there.
you can find him everywhere on Locked On Ole Miss. He's everywhere every day. He does like 17 interviews a day. He is the actual leader in the clubhouse for Ole Miss content. So make sure you continue to support him. And myself, I'm everywhere. Just Steve is this. I am this. And so I'm Bleav In Georgia Dawgs. Yes, that too. I'm Bleav In Georgia Dawgs and Locked On Vandy. You can catch me in those 2 places. I cover the best team in the SEC and the worst. So it's a lot of fun to get such a absolute very, very, very big dynamic there. So catch me there. Find at Locked On Vandy, at Bleav In Dawgs, and we will catch you next week. Until then, go Dogs, anchor down. Peace.
Hotty toddy.
Go Vols.